Okay, so this is what God really wanted me to show you. This is exactly the image that he showed in my mind when I was waking up this morning from my dreams. And so he wanted to show you what's happening right now. He says that this is him right here, God, right? He sees all, he is omnipresent, omnipotent, and here we are on earth, okay? And this is what's keeping us from God. All of this stuff in the second heaven. So there's the first heaven, which, by the way, heaven is on earth. God created heaven on earth for us. And there's the second heaven, where this is where all the angels kind of go in between. This is the spiritual realm, and this is God himself right here. He's the creator. He is love. He is the life. So basically, he's trying to tell us that he's been trying to get to us all this time. He's been trying to give us signs, right, from whichever way possible, even in all of this gunk that's happening here, because we have free will. When we have free will, we can choose to sort of stay stuck here, not just during our this incarnation here on earth, but for many lifetimes. We can literally go back and forth in between here, because if we don't understand our relationship with God, we will just be sort of looking for those answers, and we'll start to make our journey back to God as much as we can, but we never really make it back. And so this is what God wanted us to know. This right here is what we are calling really the New Age spirituality movement, and also even the ancient spirituality practices. So this is where the occult stuff is happening, the law of one, right? Buddhism, past life regressions, Reiki, astral traveling, like you name it. They're all in here because they're all trying to make sense of our path back to God. That's it. And some of them have more success. So for instance, Buddhism, if you reach a level of compassion is just right below God. There is nothing higher than compassion next to God itself, himself, because God is love, and then it goes to compassion. So Buddhism, if you achieve a level of attainment, you will actually be at a higher level of the second heaven, which you will reach a state of nirvana, and you'll feel like you're enlightened. You maybe have less of this stuff happening here, but you're still not with God. That's the truth, right? Like you're still stuck here, and that's why you kind of reincarnate. You come back and you do it all over again, and maybe you pick the Buddhism path again, and you're like, oh, this is great, I'm gonna reach it, and you get stuck here, potentially with all the other Buddhas, but that's as far as you go. You don't go back to God because you're still stuck in the level of compassion and not the love that God wants you to have. So that's what he really wants us to know about this right here. And the most important thing that I want to point out is that this is where the spiritual warfare happens. This is where Satan, Lucifer, wants you to get lost in. So actually a lot of these things, like when you study the occult, law of one, Buddhism, like Lucifer, Satan doesn't care. He really doesn't care, because even as far as you get to the attainment of compassion and nirvana and stillness of the mind with no worries at all, you're still stuck here. You're still not with God. So he doesn't really care. All he wants to do is make sure that you are separated from God, from having that direct communication line with God. And he's doing a fantastic job, because in addition to all of the evil things that he's doing on this planet, which I will get into later, everything else that we think we're doing well is actually still preventing us from reaching God, because we're distracted, right? Like we are studying this, then we study this, then we jump from here, because we're all trying